Welcome back to the O Show. We're going to be talking about an urgent Bitcoin doomsday scenario. And it's honestly not that bad. If you're watching the channel, we have been potentially talking, we have been talking about a potential drop with Bitcoin, okay? We broke all-time high before the halving. I think it was $74,000. I'll correct myself. We're going to go look at the charts a little bit over here. Halvening happened. Generally, things don't really start taking off like 100 to 90 days after halvening. And we've been blessed with a meme coin cycle. We have been absolutely blessed. So if you were somebody that was like in the trenches playing with meme coins and knew how to practice risk management, was making moon bags, was watching this channel, listening to some of the tips and tricks we've been giving, you've probably been doing absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And a lot of people are freaking out. People are mad. It's being dramatic. But this is the thing with crypto. When we're talking about crypto, everybody is a lot more dramatic, especially on X. And the more dramatic you are and the more misinformation you post, the bigger you can become. And that's just how it works. That's just how the internet works in general. And this is like in every single industry, okay? So we try to keep it pretty unbiased. And once I start getting a little bit biased, I'm going to share with you. But honestly, this dip is good. And this is something that we've been talking about weeks ago. It's all on the internet. It's all on the YouTube. Is that drop to about $60,000 and then a potential break to $52,000. Okay. And I get a lot of people that are like, when is Bitcoin going to pump? Bitcoin is a long-term play. If you were looking for a short-term play, then you play with low caps, with memes, with some of the other crypto assets. You do your due diligence on those. If you want instant returns, that's what you need to look on. But if you're playing that game, there's also so much risk associated with it. And people just think, I'm going to get into crypto and make money. That's not how it works. I have ETH that I've bought at like $80 that I've still been holding on to. I have Solana that I made a moon bag out of that I got at like $20 to $40. I have MATIC that I got at like 2 cents. What else do I have? I have Gala that I got sub-penny. There's so many, and I've got Cardano that I also got at a pretty good entry too, and Algo, etc. I have Chainlink that I got last cycle as well. And that's the thing. Some of these are going to be longer term plays. And this is why we talk about moon bags. So if you're somebody who's like, I need instant returns, there's ways that you can definitely get instant returns. Definitely ways you could get instant returns. And actually, Chainlink invited me to speak at one of their events in LA. So I'm excited to do it. It's going to be super fun. I've spoken at one of their events before. Freaking awesome. Love them. Great. I always enjoy doing those types of things, especially in my my neighborhood, LA. Shout out to LA. And I forgot to shout out Watts yesterday. But we shouted all the other areas out. But with that being said, a lot of these other opportunities that are like instant returns, or you think that they're instant returns, they're not. There's a lot of risk associated. So you really kind of have to figure out what you want to do with that. So I don't know. I think that this dip is a blessing. I think that it's a good thing. I think it's nice that the market's cooling down. It gives people who are maybe been here and kind of sat on their hands and didn't know what to do. And if you've been actively keeping a trading or investing journal, you can go look back at that and be like, wow, this is what I should do. And you can decide, do you want to set market order, or do you want to market buy? Do you want to set limit orders? Do you want to DCA? Do you want to sit on your hands? Those are the types of things you get to decide. And now is the time. This is when it's here. To me, Bitcoin is always a safe bet. Always a safe bet. And this is why we make moon bags with all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. It's always been a good thing. But anyways, we're going to get into it. We've got over 100 on TikTok, over 100 on YouTube. Shout out to all of the amazing O Army, to Bootyhead, to Mr. R, Alexandra, Mr. Legend, Mr. R again. Who else? Mr. John G. Mr. John G. We got a poll at the top too. Are you going outside today? It's 4th of July. Go outside, hang out with family, enjoy, smack the like, hard and fast, all of those things. But let's go ahead and get straight in the news. I don't want to keep you guys too terribly long, but we gotta talk about what's happening. All right. So as far as the markets go, the markets are going to look like an absolute hot mess. Why are they going to look like a hot mess? Because Bitcoin is dumping. And that's what it is. And it's okay. This is good. This is bullish in my personal opinion. I don't think we're going into a bear market. I don't necessarily think the bottom is in. I think that we could go lower. I think that we could bottom out at 48. I think we could get a swing wick low to $48,000. That's what it's looking like. but maybe not. I don't know. Some people are calling for 38,000. I have no idea. And in these particular cases, that's when I set limit orders because you never know. So this is what the crypto market looks like. We're using Crypto Bubbles. You guys should check it out. Free. Absolutely amazing. This is going to be the top 100 over here. Fantastic. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm now taking a look at TradingView. What's going on with Bitcoin? We're currently trading at $58,000. $58,000. And well, this is the chart that we've been using. We've been talking about the areas between $74,000 and like $60,000. I said if we break down below $60,000, watch for this swing wick low at about 56, and it looks like we're continuing to head there on the weekly. Market Cipher gave a pretty clear indication a little bit ago. And then what else? And then we've got this really great area between 53 and about $50,000. And then of course we've got this ugly area here at like $30,000 and then $38,000. Do I think we're going to dump that low? I have no idea. But I do know that it does look like we are going to be heading to this range between $53,000 and $50,000. Now, with that being said, if we look at what happened last bull market, this was in 2021. Okay. We ran all the way up to $65,000. And then we had a gnarly drop. And again, this is the weekly chart. We had a 55% drop. Swing wick lows. Everybody got knocked out. Everyone was freaking out. And then we rebounded and we pumped all the way, broke all-time high at $69,000. And it's kind of giving me similar vibes. It's a different time frame because it wasn't right after halving, but at the same time, this is giving me similar vibes. But there's a lot of differences here. And the differences are we have retail. Or excuse me, we don't have retail. We have institutions. So right now, if we were to get a 55% drop, that would bring us at about $35,000. Right now, the current dip that we're seeing is about 23%. And that could be it. We can completely rebound from here. 100%. I don't know, though. That's the thing. And that's the thing nobody knows. We can do all the technical analysis we want, and it doesn't really matter. So when it comes to something like Bitcoin, dollar cost averaging is a great tool for people. If you guys are like, hey, I don't know how to do this. This is scaring me. Dame.io, they're licensed financial advisors. You can contact them. Heck, go to Fidelity, go to whatever the heck it is you want to go to and get a Bitcoin spot ETF if that's something for you. I don't know. But if you want to actively trade with me, we are partnered with Margex. I do have the link in the chat or in the description. They're giving away a $10,000 bonus. As always, with any cryptocurrency exchange you use, you want to, not your keys, not your coins. And in addition to that, you want to make sure that you can use it in your registered area. That's super, super, super important. Very, very, very important. And there's different ways you can use exchanges. You shouldn't keep coins on there. You shouldn't. You can buy, you dollar cost average, and then move them off. Or you can actively trade there, move your profits off, do whatever works for you. But as far as Bitcoin goes, the chart doesn't look great. It really doesn't. And even on the daily, it's not looking fantastic. I don't like it. Any way, shape, or form. But just because I don't like it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. I mean, I don't know exactly where the bottom is going to be, but if we do pay attention to the charts, it does look like right now, it does look like about $52,000 to $50,000. And if we break down below that, we'll reanalyze. But again, that bottom could be like 38,000, 40,000. But right now it is looking likely that we will kiss that $53,000 area. And this is the daily chart we're looking at. We do have a lot of consolidation between 60,000 and 52,000. And also too, we had some swing wick lows to 56,000. And maybe we break down and we just go range and consolidate between 60 and 53, which would be fantastic because you're going to get good entry on altcoins. Taking a look at Solana. Solana looks like she's going to go to that $120 area. Looks fantastic to me. I love this. I love it. Solana filed for a spot ETF. Well, not them, but Van Eck. This would be a good area to consider getting some, or even lower. I don't know if it's going to go lower. But again, if we do break 121, $100. They're very clear areas of support and resistance on the chart here, you guys. And then Ethereum. Ethereum is going to be, the spot ETF was approved and it's going to be listed probably closer, I think, to July 20th, they're saying now. But these are the two scenarios we gave. We gave the bullish scenario and the bearish scenario. Bearish scenario is happening. So you might get to pick Ethereum up at $2,800, $2,900. I got some, I think, $1,800. So I'm still in profit. I'm still doing good. I'm just going to keep holding. But right now, these are pretty good things. These are good things. All right, let's talk about a little bit of the bearishness that's happening. Well, since we're talking about Bitcoin and the price action, let's go ahead and go to the liquidations over here, because a lot of you guys are just being absolutely ridiculous. You can still trade on exchanges and not use leverage. You can trade on Margex and not use leverage. If you want to use leverage, cool, but you're probably going to get knocked out. You're probably going to lose money. And I don't understand why. There's no need to use leverage. I like using leverage sometimes, but honestly, if you're using enough leverage to get liquidated, that's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. So for the 24 hours in liquidations, $389 million. Bitcoin, 121 million long liquidations. Ethereum, 102 million liquidations, and then a bunch of other ones. And most of these occur on Binance because it is the largest exchange. Any other notes here? Any other notes that we have? Oh, yeah. Bitcoin fell below $57,000 for the first time since May. Cool. That's a buying opportunity for me. When we see Bitcoin dumping as hard as it is and altcoins are dumping as well, to me, I'm like, cool. What altcoins am I bullish on? What altcoins have I done my due diligence on? What altcoins do I want to consider adding to my portfolio? That's what I'm looking at. I don't know about you guys. That's what I'm paying attention to. And at this time, there's not a whole lot of new retail that has entered the crypto market. So you guys should have an idea of what projects are solid in your opinion, that you've done your due diligence, you've joined the communities, you've asked questions, you've checked the wallets, you checked the unlocks. That's really what you want to be paying attention to. And shout out to True Light for the $3 super chat. Appreciate it. And shout out to Mr. Mo. We love Mo. Mo's absolutely amazing. Mo shows up every day. Thank God Wendy bothered to turn it up. We get it, baby. Woo! Yeah, we're chilling over here. But yeah, if you guys do want to trade with me on Margex, it's a channel partner for the exchange. FTX is going to sell Sol, yeah, but that's going to be done OTC. And that's why I was kind of bearish on Sol during the bear market, because they had such a large amount. Solana is a VC coin, just like Ethereum is a VC coin. Is what it is. But with that being said, I believe it's going to be done OTC, and it shouldn't have too much impact on the market. However, there's other events that we do need to pay attention to. Mt. Gox. Mt. Gox Doomsday scenario involves Bitcoin Cash, not Bitcoin. And this is from analysts. So this is actually good. Selling pressure from Bitcoin Cash and lack of liquidity is the story to watch once Mt. Gox redemptions, writes Presto Research. So this is a research place. And they're like, I would be worried about Bitcoin Cash, because you have to remember way back in the day, when Bitcoin Cash launched, Roger Ver, when he, dropped it, I believe it was done with airdrops of Bitcoin. I don't really remember because I wasn't there. But of course, people are going to dump their Bitcoin Cash because it's kind of like a project that's got, if you're getting a free airdrop, people take profit on that. But anyways, they predict that redemptions for Bitcoin Cash are bearish, not Bitcoin. And Mt. Gox will send back its former customer 73 million worth of Bitcoin Cash, worth over 20% of the token's daily trading volume, which that's pretty big. And this is why I wasn't necessarily so concerned of the Mt. Gox people. Someone did make me a custom rug. It's over there. Sorry, I don't know my thing. But anyways, with that being said, Bitcoin Cash is kind of like a project nobody uses anymore. It had a lot of hype in the beginning, etc. And because of the amount that they're giving back to people is 20%, I would be a little bit conservative on that, or concerned on that. And the reason why I'd be concerned is because if it's 20% of the total volume, people can just dump it and price would absolutely nuke. I actually do want to take a look at Bitcoin Cash, because we haven't charted it in a million years. I think I have one Bitcoin Cash somewhere. Like one Bitcoin Cash. And one of the things is people liked Bitcoin Cash because it was super affordable to send back and forth. It was. So let's go ahead and go to BCH. What exchange? We'll go to Bitfinex because no, that's not the right one. No, that's not the right one. Whoops. BCH. That's OKX. Where's the old BitGet? No. Maybe Bitcoin Cash on, yeah, we'll do Coinbase. I think that's one of the older exchanges is on. Yeah. We'll do weekly. I'm just curious to see. Yeah, 2017. Yeah, I remember how hard this thing pumped. Freaking crazy. Went up to like $3,000. Freaking insane. Insane. Now, with that being said, if we take a look at Bitcoin Cash, it probably will get a pretty gnarly dump. A pretty gnarly dump, because people are going to dump that for sure. And that's one of the things that we talked about on the channel. As I said to you guys, like if I was somebody that was getting money back from Mt. Gox, I would probably, depending on what my tax person said, I would probably sell half of my Bitcoin, hold the other half. But something like Bitcoin Cash, I would dump immediately. Anyways, Mt. Gox wallets make small Bitcoin moves, including recipients to BitBank, shows Arkham. Arkham's a very interesting project. Very, very interesting project. So 3 wallets were linked to Mt. Gox were active. The largest transfer was 24, I think 20. What is this? I think it's 24 what? 24 was 20. Well, largest move, it was $24 of Bitcoin. That has to be a misspelling of the article, but hey. And then a small amount was transferred to BitBank's hot wallet. BitBank is one of the exchanges supporting repayments. That makes sense. Cool. And then, of course, we have Mr. Justin Sun that has to come in and save the day. And if you guys don't know, I haven't talked about XRP yet. If you guys don't remember, if you guys weren't here for the Justin Sun lore, I'm going to break it down to you. So Justin Sun is the Tron guy, founder of Tron guy. He used to be really big, like back in 2016, 2017, like whatever. And it was like, there was all this drama with Justin Sun. And he used to spend a lot of money with Tron, et cetera. He actually had a lunch for Warren Buffett, but he couldn't. There's all this drama that he was getting like picked up by the authorities or something. So the lunch got canceled, but they invited a bunch of influencers, and I was one of those that got to go to the freaking crazy lunch. And that's where I met Altcoin Daily and Zombie and like a bunch of the other guys. It was freaking hilarious. But anyways, Justin Sun was one of those guys, one of those personalities on Twitter that would be like, Tron's got a really big announcement, stay tuned. So it would always be announcements of announcements. Announcements of announcements. And he's kind of like faded away a little bit, but he's still very active. He does all these like weird political things. And on top of it, he absolutely slayed in DeFi. He was made like billions of dollars in DeFi, which is freaking crazy. Like he's done really well and it's all on chain. You guys can research that. I don't like tracking wallets and doing all that. I think it's weird. I just don't care. Except if I'm going to like be entering into a project like a low cap thing. Yeah. Anyways, with that being said, Justin Sun responded to the German government because the German government was freaking selling. They're dumping on the open market. They're selling. 7 minutes ago, 15 million. 1 hour ago, 11 million. 11 million. 23 million. 28 million. They're just dumping on the open market. That's what it looks like. Instead of doing OTC transactions to where they should be doing that, they're dumping on the open market. So part of this dump could potentially be because of, I didn't think it was because of the German government, but now I do. No, I definitely do. So anyways, the little bit of the little tidbitty over here, little titty over here. So the German government sent another batch of Bitcoin to multiple addresses today. They moved a total of 3,000 Bitcoin, 175 million. They have sent over 300 million worth of Bitcoin to crypto exchange addresses over the past 2 weeks, and they're still holding 40,359 Bitcoin, which is equal to $2.3 billion. And so basically Justin Sun was like, hey, I'm here to save the day. I am willing to negotiate with the German government to purchase all of the Bitcoin off market in order to minimize the impact of the market. So what does off market mean? Off market is essentially an OTC sale. It's an OTC sale. So that means that there was a P2P transfer from the German government to Mr. Justin Sun, and it would not impact the market. Wouldn't impact the market. And I don't understand why more companies don't do that. Why they just don't, instead of dumping on the market, why don't they just find OTC? I don't know. Sometimes OTC is expensive to do, but in a scenario like this is not good. They're doing it. But at the same time, they can dump on the open market if they want. And that's a crazy thing about operating in a true decentralized economy is because you can do whatever you want when you want. Because nobody is supposed to tell you. Nobody is supposed to tell you what you can and can't do with your money. Even though it might not be ethical, it is what it is. And that's a very hard concept, especially for people in crypto, which you would think it would be the reverse. But whatever. Cool. I'm with it. Doesn't matter to me. I personally don't care. I will buy lower. I will buy lower. So that's really what's happening in the market. And Justin Sun stepped up like the big Chad he is. I was like, hey, I will buy all your Bitcoin. All right, next, let's talk about Standard Charter. So Standard Charter forecast Bitcoin could hit all-time high in August. I don't know. I don't know if it could. Bitcoin's price can hit a new all-time high in August, followed by an increase to $100,000 by the time the U.S. president election in November, according to Standard Charter. So if we do take a look at the chart here, I don't really see it happening. I don't see Bitcoin happening. Heck yeah, I'm a paid actor, man. Heck yeah, especially if we're giving it to local nonprofits, dude. You crazy? Heck yeah. But anyways, could Bitcoin hit Could Bitcoin could it break all-time high in August? Well, let's go ahead and go to a different naked chart. Let's go ahead and go to a different naked chart over here. Okay. All right. So this is this one, Coinbase. Let's go ahead. Actually, I want to use this one. We'll do Bitstamp. Bitstamp is one of the oldies with the goodies. Okay. All right. So if we do take a look, yeah, Germany is dumping the charts right now. It's on Ankrum. You guys can go ahead and view that, which that's a whole nother story. Anyways, let's take a look at the monthly. I want to take a look at the monthly. Can we hit all-time high in the monthly? All right. So this is Bitstamp. It's one of the older crypto exchanges. It has Bitcoin price action all the way since 2011, which is important because different exchanges have different price data depending on when they listed something. Over there. Technical analysis doesn't matter when there's market manipulation. It kind of does, but it doesn't. It coincides with each other. I need mine. Shout out to Callie. Callie, can you please get all these weirdos out of the chat? Oof. Worse than all kinds of stuff. I can't read that because it's about Mr. P. They don't value self-custody. Cup and handy. Cup and handy. We love the candy. I should do streams where I I'm not going to read that, Mr. M, because I'm doing something. I'm in the middle of something. Okay. And I know you need attention. I can't just give you attention, honey. There's lots of stuff going on. Okay. There's lots of stuff we got to talk about. But back to our chart over here. So Bitstamp is, if you want to chart Bitcoin, it's a really, really, really great chart to use because it's been one of the older crypto exchanges, Bitstamp. Okay. So with that being said, could Bitcoin go to, where's August? August is next month. So we'll go and draw a vertical line over here. So they're saying that Bitcoin would be able to break $73,000 in August. With the way this candle, and again, we just started July. Oh, thank you so much, Mr. M. We just started July. And if we zoom in and we take a look at the weekly, it doesn't look like we found a local bottom yet. Like if 56,000 doesn't hold, that's where I'm talking about like the 50, 51,000, those types of things. Okay. Those types of things. So I don't necessarily know, like unless this is the local bottom and we rebound this month and then we magically pump. Let me see. And then we pump like 30%. Because realistically, if we want to break all-time high at current prices, we would need to pump at least like 30%, around 30%. So I don't know if that's feasible. I don't know if I would say August. Maybe we could 100%. But it just doesn't look feasible right now today. That could change tomorrow if we get a really nice reversal. But at the same time, I do appreciate what Standard Chartered is saying because they're saying we could hit it, that they do anticipate Bitcoin will pump to $100,000 by the time the U.S. presidential election in November is over. And I agree with them there. That makes sense to me. I can absolutely see that happening. So this, yes and no. Now, one really sad thing that we have to talk about. So sad. MATIC has officially, and again, I'm a MATIC holder, MATIC fanatic, have a moon bag. We have officially fallen out of the top 20. Just sad. And shout out to Polkadot. Polkadot is in the top 20 in crypto. Top 20. So generally things that are in the top 20, they're legitimate projects, right? Yeah, they're not bad projects, right? But yeah, Polygon, they did fall. Makes me a little bit sad, but hey, that's life. All right, little quick titty bitties over here. Coinbase argues Gary Gensler's email is appropriate source of discovery in SEC lawsuit. We're going to go through this. This is very, very, very important. So Coinbase continued to press for the search of Gensler's personal emails on crypto, arguing that his email is an appropriate source of discovery. And if you want to kind of relate this to something, it's part of the Hinman emails. Those are important as well. The Securities and Exchange Commission previously rejected the request, stating that the proposed approach for discovery is an improper intrusion into a public official's private life. I disagree. And the reason why is because Gary Gensler has unjustly gone after good actors in crypto. And with that being said, if he is going to say things in his private life, like, yeah, I like crypto, it's good, it should be this, X, Y, and Z, but then publicly do the opposite, that's problematic behavior. And number one, he should not be allowed to have the role that he has. And number two, you don't want somebody that's going to flip-flop. You want somebody that's going to say what they're just 24/7, 365. That's my personal opinion. So I think that those emails 100% should be allowed. All right. So there's some more about XRP. This is the XRP news. This is the update. The recap. In a recent letter to the SEC, Ripple used the recent court order favoring Binance to bolster their arguments against the SEC. That's a recap. The latest. SEC dismissed Ripple's reliance on Binance ruling as irrelevant. SEC contended that Ripple's conduct differs significantly from Binance, and the SEC criticized Ripple for reckless disregard for the law and claimed that the Binance ruling does not justify reduced penalties for Ripple. Because again, when you think about it, what the SEC is trying to do, they are trying to find, and again, these are two the way the businesses models operate for Ripple and Binance are completely different. So Ripple is a crypto project. They've got a token, XRP. Binance is an exchange. They allow for the buying and selling on the secondary market of different crypto assets. So if we are talking about treating fairly and justly, or if we're talking about, I guess, certain aspects of case law, Binance did things very, very differently as to oppose what Ripple did. I don't think Ripple should be held to the same standard as Binance because they're not an exchange. There weren't things that they were offering. It's a little bit different, in my personal opinion. So it doesn't make sense. So I feel like the SEC is going to absolutely get reamed for this like they always do. And again, at the end of the day, it's just a waste on taxpayers' time, money. That's what it is. Really, really what it is. Shout out to Mr. Tom. We love Mr. Tom over here. Happy Freedom Day. Woo, woo, woo. Make sure you guys smash a like. We got 300 on YouTube, over 100 on Tiki Taki. Woo. And I don't want to talk about election stuff. I don't want to. All right, let's talk about Chapow for Mr. Tom. So yeah, I think the cases, I think as far as the crypto assets being not securities on secondary market, those points matter, but the penalties should be different. There's no way Ripple should pay billions of dollars. Binance did something completely different. And I don't think that, I don't even think Binance should have to pay all those fees. But anyways, I don't know, you guys, that's going to be it for today's show. I'm going to go hang out with my family. I've got some really fun things for the kids to do today. I do have a video dropping for you guys later today at 3:30 p.m. PST. I will be back tomorrow at around 10 a.m. What's my favorite type of chips? Like potato chips? I do love Doritos, but they have so many different chemicals in it. It does make me sick. And I also do love, Costco has the little Ridges chips. It's like a big old bag for like $6. I love those. I love putting Tapatio on those and habanero mango sauce. But other than that, yeah, I don't know. But we're going to get going. I appreciate you guys sending everyone love and light. Oh, here's a little bit of lore. This shirt that I'm wearing, I've had this since I actually probably met D in this. And he gave me this necklace like a million years ago. This Tiffany's necklace. Yeah. It's crazy. I've had this shirt for like a long time and I'm wearing it today. Anyways, sending everyone love and light. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. And I will see you guys later tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye, babies.